In the 19th century, America was a beacon for the downtrodden peoples of Europe, people seeking economic opportunity as well as yearning for religious freedom. The borough of South Bethlehem, Pennsylvania had become a bright beacon for both of these reasons. The mills and various industries that sprouted up in the area provided opportunities, especially attractive to people who did not possess formal education, specific job skills, or even a command of the English language. Word spread quickly that there was a place where the streets were paved with gold, and that anyone willing to work hard could become successful. This message resonated with the Slovenians of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. As was the case in most of 19th century Europe, if you were born poor, you were likely to die poor. These people, who became known as the Windish, came mostly from Prekmurje region of Slovenia in the northwestern section of what would become Yugoslavia. Many who came to South Bethlehem hoped for prosperity, but were willing to settle for a better way of life. In this regard, they were no different than the Italians, Germans, the Irish and the other groups that preceded them. Religious and hardworking, the Windish, like others, looked to set up a community where they could support one another, find work, and create a community network including a church, a school and a social hall. At first, and before they built their own church, they mostly worshipped at St. John's, the Hungarian parish on 4th Street. Wanting their own church, they petitioned and obtained monetary support for their dream. Frank Piff and Joseph Preletz, two enterprising community leaders, spearheaded this effort. In June of 1913, the people had enough momentum to contact the Archbishop of the Diocese of Philadelphia, who granted the request and who sent a request to his counterpart in Slovenia for a priest to serve as the first pastor. One of the first projects was to obtain land upon which the church would be built. A plot of land on the 400 block of East 5th Street was purchased from builder Benedict Burkle for $10,000. Another plot was purchased across the street to serve as the parish school. The original idea for the church was possibly a brick structure, but when a proposal for a stone structure was received at lower cost, the decision was to build the magnificent stone structure. Although the original plan called for a single tower, the decision was made to design the church with what is now a very distinctive pair of towers. This put the final cost of the church at $37,000, or in today's dollars, more than $900,000. The cornerstone was blessed on July 4, 1914. Construction began and the basement was completed on November 13, 1916. Finally, the church was blessed on October 28, 1917. The parish school became a reality in 1926. The parish was served by priests and sisters of the Franciscan order. The school closed in 1977, and when the diocese wanted to close and consolidate a number of South Side parishes in the early 2000s, the people of St. Joseph's challenged the decision all the way to the Vatican. The group then, on July 24, 2008, appealed to Congregation for the Clergy in the Vatican for a reversal of the order of suppression. The petitioners received on January 5, 2011, a decree which stated that the church must remain open to allow the faithful a place for divine worship. The Bishop of the Allentown Diocese responded by an appeal to reverse the decree of January 5, 2011 of the Congregation for the Clergy. The Allentown Diocese withdrew their appeal, possibly for fear of rejection, as was the case with another diocese, establishing operating conditions that the church could celebrate Mass on the day of the patron saint of the church, St. Joseph, along with Mass of burial for deceased members of the suppressed parish. As of today, the church remains open only for burial masses and to celebrate the feast day of St. Joseph.